things. And I prepared a few slides just to kind of guide us through today, so I'll share those in a minute. Okay, so welcome everybody, and thank you for being here on a Friday morning during high vacation season. So we're going to go through just a quick update here, and just to welcome you and say that your participation and engagement is very much appreciated, and it's creating value for everybody. Then Scott, maybe you can just make a quick note on the September workshop update, and just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. Scott?
Oh, now?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it on the agenda. Well,
Yeah.
I think that you've received correspondence, everybody should have, that we've canceled an in-person September workshop. We just the level of participation, the inability of certain people to travel, the fact that WEF was 1 month away. There were some conflicts with the Water Infrastructure Conference and some other events that were planned during the same time period. So basically, we just didn't get enough participation, to warrant going ahead with it. So unfortunately, we're not going to do that. But what we are going to do is we are going to be pulling together a virtual workshop, and there will be more to come on that. Like Cello had already developed a detailed agenda for the in-person workshop, and we'll modify that as needed to do a virtual workshop, and there'll be more to come on the date and the content and everything. And we're hoping that we have a lot of participation from that, and that we'll have a lot of engagement by people. Maybe I'll stop with that. If you have questions, Cello or I can answer them, but that's the gist of it. We were disappointed that I know some of you were planning to come. Some people did sign up, and we're disappointed that we're not going to be able to do that. And Kansas City did a great job in extending their hands to to host it, and WEF did a great job in sponsoring some things. So we'll just have to build off, the work that was done to do something virtually, and then hopefully next year, we'll be able to have an in-person workshop, right, Cello?
That's correct. Yes, and we're in talks in discussions with WEF. We agreed to have the virtual workshops after WEF because that's what works better.
We don't want to compete with it.
Yeah, we don't want to compete with them. And also, we did prepare a detailed agenda for the in-person thing, and we'll adjust it to make it more flexible for people. So and we'll get back to you with some proposed schedules and ideas, and get your input in one of these all-hands meetings to figure out how to best target that. But the benefit will be that the people who couldn't travel will be able to attend. So this is our last all-hands meeting in this year one. I always bristle a little bit when I say it's the last meeting, because I remember a joke when I was living in communist Yugoslavia, when they came to one of the guys and said, well, you didn't come to the last Communist Party meeting. And he said, well, if I knew that it was last, I would have been there. So anyway, so let's look at what we've done this year. I think we started with the goal to have a framework that describes how value is created in an organization. I think we have a very solid framework right now. We've gone through it a number of times. Also, our goal for WISE was to have a methodology for improving the processes, people, technology. We have improved and made that methodology more detailed. We have built tools. Also, one of our goals was to enable peer-to-peer collaboration, and we're seeing a lot of it in meetings. Then for the program team to support and implement improvements in participating utilities. And with these pilots, that's exactly what we're going to aim for, is for Scott and Mike Barnett and I to really help individual utilities go forward. And we've started that process already. And to develop, grow, and strengthen the peer-to-peer network of water sector organizations and professionals, I think that we're making strides there. And so these were our goals. So this past year, our work was around these initiatives. We had team people, team change management, then 3 initiatives on the process improvement, the CIP, asset management, and energy. We had technology and data analytics, and the change management. So we had a number of meetings, collaborative. So that was really the kind of the map that we had. So the overall methodology, the way we've kind of summarized it now and provided with, it includes certain steps, which are in kind of this blue, lighter blue color, and then assessment method tools that are in purple, really light blue, and yellow, and beige, or whatever this color is, to help people assess and adjust. So we have, I think, a fairly mature set of tools that are available for people, and we have case studies and so forth. So I'm not going to go into great detail. A lot of you know, but these things include like assessing process and technology. We have a spreadsheet tool now, and we have some reporting ideas how to report it. It's being used by a couple of utilities now. We have a tool to look at the characteristics of the process, how complex it is, the level of documentation, etc. This is not a business process model. The business process model is in this box right here. And this tool includes assessment of technology specifically in terms of its capability to enable and support the selected business process. So it's not like overall in the organization, but how can after we selected the process, how can technology help us? So we do have an activity in parallel and interacting with this, where we try to document things so we could then identify the technologies that are used. And that's why when we looked at the as-is process, we have this kind of documentation step. We've also introduced a couple of tools for the workforce and organizational culture. One is sort of to find out what the areas for improvement are, what people are sort of would like to see improved. And then that's tier 1, 18 questions, and then tier 2 is built to follow up on that and sort of get people's input on what would be the best steps forward. We've also, utilities have been doing analysis of business processes and modeling, designing to be, defining change. So that work has been ongoing. And we have also prepared the tool for for change management, and have had a lot of discussions on the team about that. So this is sort of the summary of things that we focused on, that we worked on. And finally, with these pilots, we're looking at preparing plans and implementing improvements to each utility to, the process that they've selected. So utilities continue to document as-is business processes. There's been some really good work on doing internal training on this methodology, such, for example, DC Water. there was sharing within initiatives, within asset management and within the change management and so forth, but also between initiatives. We've had people from asset management come to the energy management team and make presentations. So we're starting to connect these dots better and better. As far as communication with the world beyond WISE, we had 4 webcasts. Each of them included presentations by people from utilities. Scott and I were really just helping put that together a little bit, but it was really the utilities who were the stars. And there were several presentations at conferences. Charlie Stevens, Dan Ott, Mark Pauling, Mike Stahl. A number of people have presented this work to other utilities. And we even had a meeting recently to talk with some utilities that might be interested in joining. And we've completed the development of these assessment tools for people, for process characteristics, technology and data, and change management. So I'm going to stop here right now just to see if there are any comments on this really brief summary of what we've been up to this year, which started September 1 last year. Any thoughts, comments? Marco, any thoughts? With that smile, you're going to get a question. You're going to get me to call on you, right?
Oh, I'm trying to just... no, I really don't have questions. I think this is good.
Okay. Thank you. So this is a very short meeting. So when we move on from year 1, I put together a Mentimeter poll. Let me just give you
the link in chat.
The link into the chat, yes. So give me just a second. So if you activate the link in the chat, if I will start. You can also go do this. Go to this website. Just a second. Let me remember what exactly it says. If I can move this thing, I can't move it. Anybody having trouble with the?
No, the link works.
The link works. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me
Came
just
right up.
see.
Came right up.
I'm sorry. I will also. I will. Oh, I see people are in already. I will also, if your link is not working, I will put the text, the website you can go to, and so we're just trying to get a sense of what kind of things you thought brought value, which things were not effective, and then there'll be questions and a little bit later on and how we can make some improvements. So
looks like 7 people have submitted. So
yes, let me just do something. I have to figure out how to go full screen. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, these are all anonymous, as you know, but
yeah, these are anonymous.
If
so
people could just quickly do that using the link, that would be helpful.
Yeah, so we'll just wait a little bit. We've got more people here, and then we'll move on to the next one. So this will give us a bit of a. We have some shy WISE members, so this is anonymous and a little bit. So 8 people have voted. I'm gonna if anybody would like to vote, but they have trouble with the link or something, would you mind raising your hand? Okay, another person voted. So that I don't go forward without, hearing everybody's voice. So we have 11 now. So I'm looking at the people now. I don't see any raised hands. So I'll interpret this to mean that we're cool to go to the next slide. So we'll go to the next slide. So, just if you can just type in your own words, what you think has worked well during year one, so that, that we know what things worked. Okay, there'll be another question later. I said, what do you think that didn't work so well? But we're just trying to get some feedback in terms of, what you thought was okay. And when you type it in, it'll appear on the screen. You'll see what the other folks are saying. Okay. Okay, we'll give people a chance to add a few more. I'm watching the time carefully to make sure that I don't abuse people's time here and go over. This is interesting because I have still the results from the survey when we started year one, the first meeting we had, in terms of what people would like to see. So I'll be able to compare and say, this is what people wanted to see. Did they actually, did it meet their expectations? So is there, raise a hand if you would still like to add a comment, so I don't move to the next slide too quickly. Okay. Nobody raised their hand, so I'll go to the next slide. So what has not worked well? What can we improve? What do we need to improve? And I will not take this personally. What I'm looking for things that we need to correct and improve. Okay, need wider participation. Tends to be the same core group of participants. I would have to agree that would be very nice. That's okay. Yes, good comments. I'm not going to comment or respond to any of the things here now because I don't want to appear defensive or something like that. But all these things are true. Very good comments. Okay. I'll wait for another minute or two. Okay, good. Okay, I see Jack is joining. Okay. So let me see, in the interest of time, hi Jackie, I'll move to the next item. And what would you like to see more of in year 2? More of this, and then the next will be what you'd like to see less of. And it's perfectly, on the less of, it's perfectly acceptable to say we want to see less of cello, which is okay. So just if there are some thoughts or ideas that we should add, just give us a note on that, and then the next will be what would you like to see less of. And we're just trying to calibrate our approach and method and everything.
Not seeing that slide in the system.
You don't see the slide?
No. I don't know if others may, but I don't.
No, it doesn't permit us to fill out in the form.
It doesn't permit you. I see that one person just.
So it appeared for somebody.
It appeared for somebody, but not for others.
That's not equity.
Yeah, there was like a refresh thing here as well, so that helped.
What was that? Or the
there was
refresh?
like a refresh type of button there. I think that helped me.
Okay. Okay, so there's a button on your side that says refresh, right? Mert.
Well, there was when
Yeah.
page had switched, like go to next page or something. Next question, next page.
Okay, let's see if we're gonna have more luck. I'll just give it a few more seconds and then see if we have more luck with the next question. Yeah, that's a really, we would love to see the in-person session working out. Yes, I fully agree. We'll note it. So I'll go to the next. Do you see this now?
Yes.
On your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Does it allow you to enter stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I don't have too many. This may be the last one. So and then we're going to be just closing it up. But whatever comes to mind, first thing that comes to mind, just to say, something, and we can take these notes back and as a team. And okay, no comment. Why am I not seeing?
This one's tough to answer.
Okay. All right. Well, if you have any monthly rather than my monthly team meeting, yes, we have thought about that. And if you don't mind, I'm going to close this and stop presenting and go back to just a second. Come on, man. And where is my PowerPoint? So for year 2, our plan is as follows. We want to really focus on these pilot implementations of tools and methods, to use the tools we've talked about, and to go through these steps of capability assessment, modeling, documentation, and then actually implementing changes. So our focus for the program team will change to include more support to utilities one-on-one. Program team work, so Mike Barnett or somebody working with specific utilities, or me or Scott, to make sure that these pilot projects implementation, that we start using these tools, goes smoothly. And the presentations would make sense to make them a little bit less frequent for everybody, because then it'll be opportunity for utilities to say, okay, this is what we've done with our pilot, this is what we've done with our pilot. So it'll be more so it'll be shifting towards a bit more emphasis on these later phases when we actually make changes. And it'll be good, I think, to get some quick wins in each of the utilities to make some improvements that can be then showcased and can be bring value and really help us sustain the program in the long run. So
one feedback that we got from one of the teams was also when a utility does that, to have some sharing, not just with the team that they come from, but with the wider audience, you know, as well, so that others can see progress being made in different areas.
Yeah. So I believe this is the last. Yes, I believe that this is the last slide that I had, and we have 2 minutes left. I always feel terrible when I talk most of the meeting, so open for questions, suggestions, thought.
For next year, Cello, or in general?
In general. I can't believe you guys are this shy. I'm going to call on Mike. Where's my favorite target, Mike Sweeney? Yeah, there he is.
It's hiding.
Mike, any thoughts? You're on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're looking for future-oriented general comments.
Whatever comment you have.
Well, I just think that we're at that point in the year, right, where we
Yes.
need to start thinking about this foundation that you kind of summarized and make a determination of going forward, what areas to focus on. There's so much fertile ground here. I'm almost concerned that it could be substrate inhibition. If you remember, you know,
Yeah,
kinetics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That there's just too much food.
Yeah, well, we'll make sure nobody gets fat on WISE, and it's a good comment. And as I said, we really want the program team to work directly with specific utilities for a while to help them get going, because it's not easy to answer their specific questions in meetings when there's, you know, a lot of other people. So we really want to shift the focus to working one-on-one, and then have meetings mostly to report on that work that utilities were doing. So we're offering to spend time with the different utilities to help them with the tools. We're going to be improving the guidelines and everything to make sure that these tools can be used for real improvements. So we're at the 30 minutes past the hour. Any other thoughts or comments?
This is Patrick. This is just a comment. I want to thank you for everything that has taken place, because you know, we even the ones that are completely above board on root cause analysis and all that kind of stuff, right? All the improvements, and been doing it for years and years and years. As we go through these meetings, I have learned a ton, and I just wanted to say thank you. So.
Well, I want to thank everybody. It has been a good year. Next year will be even better, and we're going to start making some real movement. And I wish everybody a great weekend. And please, I will keep sending notes to people in utilities. Let me know when we can get together, when we can get something going. We have a number of pilots identified. So I want to thank everybody, and thank you for a wonderful year, and enjoy your weekend. Take care.
Yep, Chalo, keep me on that list, because we still got to get together. So.
Yes, I did send you an email. I can hang on here, and we can talk about that if you'd like.
Right.
Thank you, Cello.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Thank you, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Bye. Yeah, yes, Patrick, I would love to find a time. And you mentioned, I think it was Monday at 11 your time. And let me just see what my schedule looks like. Next Monday, I could meet at 11 your time if that's the time that works best for you.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so I will then set up a call for the 8th at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then you can, if you want, if you feel that you want to include others like Deborah Anderson or something like that, that's fine with me. But I'm just making, I just will let you make all those types of decisions.
Yeah, I sort of want to go over, like the